Let's go. I wake up to
Hey, welcome back to Fat Kid Garage. As you can see by the thumbnail, it took all of 24 hours for me to have my first issue with my 90 Mustang LX, and it was 100% my fault. I did the rookie mistake of leaving the fuel pump that had been in the car for 20 plus years, thinking it would be just fine. I did test the pump when it was out. It worked, but again, it hadn't been used in over 20 years, and regardless of how it looked, I should have just swapped it out because I was in there anyway. So I drove the car home Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night when I actually drove the car home. And when I went to bring it back to the shop last night, I was probably 10, 15 miles away from the house or away from the shop, and it started sputtering and chugging and just wouldn't hardly go over 2,000 RPM. So it got to the point where it just stalled out and died. So pulled over to the side of the road, waited for about 15 minutes, and I was able to get the pump to prime, and it did get me back to the shop. Barely back to the shop. So it was a rookie mistake, 100% my fault. I have a little clip in the video where I think I even mentioned something about I should change this out, but I know beyond my better judgment I should swap it out, but I didn't. So I was trying to, save a buck, save a pump, whatever, for another project, but I should have just changed it out when I was there. Some other issues have come up since I've gotten the car running. The fuel gauge isn't working, so I would have had to drop the tank anyway, but I wasn't expecting to do it within 24 hours of the first drive of the car. A couple of little things that I need to fix on the car. The brights work, but the dims do not. So the dim headlights don't work, but the brights do. The fuel gauge, and when I first started driving the car, I started smelling antifreeze, and I couldn't see where it was coming from. It wasn't actually leaking on the ground, but I could smell it. So I was looking around today, and I could finally find where it was leaking. Let me show that to you real quick. So if you look right down in there, you can see the antifreeze puddle on the timing cover, but it's actually leaking from the housing itself. So that'll be a pretty easy fix. I drain the coolant and put a new gasket, new silicone, and that should solve that issue. The brakes haven't seated in, so as I'm driving, I can hear, in particular, this one just squeaking. It's more of a squeal. I think I could probably even get it to do it right now, just moving it. So you can imagine how annoying that is as you're driving down the road, and that's just because the brake pads haven't seated to those rotors. I need to break in the pads, but I also need to get this master cylinder swapped out for a Cobra unit. So I can actually remove the proportioning valve and do all the stuff I'm supposed to on that and get my brakes working right. The car runs and drives great, aside from the fuel pump issue. And when I pulled over to the side of the road, I could get the car to start, and I would rev it, and I could watch that gauge go from like 38 and drop all the way down to 10. And as soon as I let off the throttle, it would pop back up. So I know the pump just isn't moving enough fuel at the moment. So anyway, the car ran and drove great yesterday. It no issues, drives straight down the road. I kind of guessed on the alignment. Obviously, I still need to go get it fully aligned and everything done, but it actually runs and drives great. Cruises right down the road, no issues. Rides really smooth for, a car that hasn't been on the road in 20 years and also is 35 years old. So it has brand new BBK springs, brand new isolators. I'm sure that probably helps with it. I put a set of aftermarket LX taillights in it. It had some tore up GT ones in it. I think they're sitting over there, actually. But yeah, all in all, I love driving it. It was awesome to drive. It's not the best looking ride in the world, but it felt good to be back into a Fox body Mustang again. I need to get the dash and everything back together so it doesn't look so haggard in here. But again, I just wanted to take it out and drive it and kind of do a shakedown run with the car. I did get it plated and insured, so I really do plan on using this as a daily driver for at least this summer, and then I'll slowly work on it, do little things, but my main goal was to just get it running, driving, clean up the interior, and drive this car. I'll wait for all the cosmetic stuff. I'll get all the mechanicals fixed on it first before I start working on anything else. Plus, I've got so many other projects that I really need to get onto right now. Let me flip this thing around and we'll go over those. So, I've got, I guess I'll really have to flip it around, do I? I want you guys to see what I'm doing. So up here, I've got a 65 Mustang that I need to finish working on. I've got a complete Holley Terminator system that's going to go on this, and I got to do the exhaust, I got to finish the brakes, I've got to do a lot of stuff to get this car running and driving. The owner is actually going to finish the car, but he just wants me to get the mechanicals done and get it running, driving, and mobile. The Fairmont is going to just go back on a lift for right now. It's kind of lower on the totem right now. I've got all these other projects to do before I start working on my own cars. But this one, I set the engine in to see a few things, but it'll probably just get put on the lift and covered up for now. I got this 94 Cobra that I've got to do a Holley Terminator X on, and I've got a set of BC racing coilovers he wants to put on it, so I've got all that to do on this car. And I would love to get Amber's Bug working, or not working. It actually runs and drives the way it is, but she wants it painted before it gets out on the road. And I fully understand that. You know, me, I could drive something that looks like this. I don't care, but you know, it's her first major project, and she wants the body and the paint to look nice before it gets out on the road. So I'd like to start working on that too. I've got a T-top coupe that I'm going to bring in and get the floors changed out. I had some rust in it, and start getting that car built. That's one I'm doing for my buddy Chris. And I think the floors and everything are probably over here by the McLaren. Yep, they're sitting right over there. The McLaren's another project. That one's way down the road. That was a car I was building with my dad before he passed, and I just haven't had a chance to get back on that one. But again, so many cars, so little time. I'm trying to build the channel up too. So if you guys like what you're seeing, and I have noticed a jump in subscribers in the last month since I've been posting more videos, but if you guys like what you're seeing, let me know. If there's other things you'd like to see me do on these cars, let me know. But again, I'd love to hear the feedback on how I'm doing on this channel. So if you got the time, send me a line. Let me know how I'm doing here. And I'll try to at least post one video a week. That's what I'm shooting for. And it'll also motivate me to get some of these other projects done. So hopefully you guys stay tuned here to Fat Kid Garage. And if you like, subscribe, and share with friends, it helps me out. It helps build up the channel so I can do more things. And I'm not talking just the monetary part. It actually motivates me because I love what I do here. I love working on these cars. So hopefully you guys stay around and watch me do some of these projects. I've got a lot of cool stuff in the future over the years, or hopefully in the future for the next few years. I've got a lot of these projects that I'd like to get done and finish. So stay tuned to Fat Kid Garage, and let me know what you guys think. I'm out.